players help out, right? Mime's up there just kind of feeding the angles in, see how this one's going to come. It looks like his beat onto Paisaki is pretty strong. Now it's going to be about, does he have the numbers to do it?
My goodness!
Tig just says, hell no, Tycon!
Again, if you're curious, my name is Godspeed, joined by Matrim, and yeah, question mark, as the desk also said, have just been coming in, as Killars has been saying, Phil First has been a wonderful player to watch. Again, a young gun coming into his own on an international stage has been great. I'm really looking for the success of that team as well, but look at this. Is this a little hot drop potentially by, wait, Poochills is all the way here alone in Millie base next to the entirety of question mark.
This is a science that I don't quite understand, but we will see if there's some rationale behind it. I guess maybe it could have been a late drop, could have also just been eyeing it
for the vehicle, probably. Oh, and I hate this as it did work out. And what has happened here at Crossroads?
Crossroads right now. Whoever made the deal with the devil on this one is not coming out too well. Luminosity going to go ahead and go down. Petrichor Road getting the shots in.
You were again just LG not being able to win team fights, but just more woes on the way of that team as now Expendables are being breached by Gen G, and so far so good for Gen G as EJ will go down though, and it looks like he might get flushed.
It's gonna be Haisaki on the outside of this one, just taking some shots in. They realize that, okay, this is our safe angle, gonna commit into the res. 777 playing from this, and it's just, what do you even do? DG, he's got the scope on there for the extra aim.
Yeah, quotations, extra aim as he has that DBS in that Prio building. Very notoriously difficult to hold, but look at this in the top right. It's going to be Falcons that actually gets rid of 17 gaming and shooting range.
That's going to be a real good moral victory for them, being able to take down a squad strong as that. TE having the nades come in. PO is going to get flashed and have to step away from it, but that reveals tons of information. Enough for Taman to pick it up. Yeah, you saw what killed
the Pans are covered. They know they need to make top 8. There is, I don't want to say a little bit of desperation, but definitely some pressure to make sure that they're getting these points and getting 4 up in a very strong position.
At the time, but if their attention does get drawn to South, is a doozy catching some air.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, he is just flipping all over the place.
Oh my.
Those shots from Loki though were sick. Soul's gonna go ahead and be the one that taps it in, but it is gonna be Uber that hits the shot onto him. So Reprieve shot off of his back.
A question mark are actually going to spin onto this. I really like this. They realized that it was going to be Danawa having the issues as they now go right on top. Dante needs to get out of his vehicle though.
I mean, this is just turning in.
What?
What is even happening over here? QM is just rolling. Keep in mind, these two teams have been pretty close to each other for a while now, and Nox gets vision on Bestelok, just trying to crest up the hillside to dodge it. Can't quite do it. Philfirst on the opposing side for it, but don't forget that we still have Dante that's playing to the south, as now Philfirst is on his own. He's got pretty comfortably. Now going to have to deal with the fact that they have one of their members down in EJ, and Petrichor Road just a full split back behind him. This is just a unified line walking straight up against another unified line, while FaZe is just crunching it in, and it's going to be just bisecting right into both of them, so I have to be careful. Pio is going to go down, Big Nade's going to land, Slip just absolutely demolishing it. Now, can we see Petrichor Road finish this off before FaZe manages to swoop in?
Nice stand. Now you have Petrichor have done a great job. They desperately need these points. They need to have a solid game here and keep as many people alive, but Slip is just going to run over Summer. No way that just happened.
What is even going on in this phase? Is just going to walk in and see the world down in front of them. They've got to be cautious on their own regard, so Gustav is going to be down on one angle for it. Jin G is going to go ahead and get eliminated. FaZe now just rolling forward in, just going to keep dropping the nades right up on top. Mill, you can see, just kind of cowering back, trying to get his meds back into a better position. Last one up for his squad, gets it down on one, trying to go for the flush, but it is going to be a slow roll from Corexi. Now it is a 1v1, blue zone at the back. Mill gets his meds up, Corexi going for the same.
And what an absolute disaster for Petrichor. I mean, I don't even know how you run over. I mean, there was no smoke. There was nothing to cause that. And so, again, more woes for the team as FaZe have actually somehow managed to get 6 kills out of this position.
Here's the issue, though, is now you can see Corexi kind of moved for this angle to go from Mill, but he's been kind of caught out over here. He's in the blue zone right now and has got to play this one carefully. He's going to be able to fight his way through. Nox not quite done with this fight with QM just yet, but neither is Phil First. It's going to make it even more complicated. Petrichor Road is going to go down. Corexi is going to find him, so should find a safe path into circle. Kind of moving more into that T5 angle. T5, you can see, trying to get rid of Daytrade in this close range fight. Daytrade doing a good job at holding it together, not letting it come out. There it's on 5, though. Just too many angles to work with, but they have multiple members now down, out, and in trouble. And I like Connect coming out from Na'Vi is it's going to be pretty much tunnel to trench, right?
Well, yeah, wants to dictate the most of the control in the circle.
They're very, very focused on what's going to be going on. D plus Kia is now making their move. Curex is going to go ahead and get spotted out by SONIQS. High ground versus low ground, pretty easy peasy as far as the shift around coming up from SONIQS, but it is going to come at a cost of Mime, but just a knock inside of it, really too much more.
Shrimsy, though, yeah.
Tycon behind, and they are moving aggressively down this hillside to see if they can get into anything that Kia is trying to set up.
Well, look, if they can just get rid of D plus Kia, they know the entirety of not only the northwest, but the west is theirs, and they can pretty much move how they want to. An angle in the circle is D plus Kia actually going straight into T5 anyways.
I mean, what else can they do? They were being herded this direction. They had to make something. T5, that adult still clinging to life right now, but not for too much longer as he's going to be going down. Falcons now getting more control over this northern area by the moment, but let's not count it out yet. It's going to be Capitan as well as Cerberus just converging in on this Kia location.
If they commit too hard, though, SONIQS could read this and maybe go for a wrap back around and try to catch Cerberus off guard, but they're just putting in so much work and just raining down.
Otters help out, right? Mime's up there just kind of feeding the angles in, see how this one's going to come. It looks like his beat onto Paisaki is pretty strong. Now it's going to be about, does he have the numbers?
Oh my goodness!
Tig just says, hell no, Tycon!
Area in shooting range you could ever ask for.
Yeah, not a ton of cover to be had. Looks like H-Win is trying to move down, shift the hillside a bit. Vehicle fortifications as they are converging up. But let's not forget about Draft King down here, as he could play a pretty big factor in a moment. You can see the SONIQS are aware. That's the reason they popped down the vehicles the way that they did. P90 coming alive back over to Himos's direction, but not going to connect the same way that mortar did. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's still... That was wonderful. But yeah, SONIQS, I really like this. They've started to take a little bit of a better position as two of them are stacked on top of each other. It's going to be Limit, not Mime playing together. Draft King has been found, so now this is the straight up 4v3 between the SONIQS and Cerberus.
Hillside between them, and they're just going to be playing the different recesses in it. And Tig going to go ahead and pop in the headshot on the Duckmai. That means that isolated position going to be more complicated. We're pretty much looking at a 3v3 now. The low section and that flanked angle that we know that we can see them trying to run through. On top of that, yeah, Haisaki, just a full-on wrap, pushing right into that mortar line from just a moment ago, realizing they can collapse in. Himos going to go ahead and regroup with Tycon, and this is a very strong set of angles to play from.
Yeah, I think they're going to leave Tycon here to try to just hunker down and maybe be the draw here for SONIQS to focus on. Meanwhile, Haisaki might even get that angle. They're just trying to buy time for him to see if he can find a knock and really get this wrap going and put SONIQS on the back foot. That's going to be the spray. Can he find it? Ooh. And there it is. Haisaki will strike.
H1 will go down. Haisaki took a ton of damage, but has got to be careful now. Oh, the blue zone going to be the one that does the touch of damage to polish it all off. SONIQS going to read that, realize the fact that what's going to be going on. Moss is going to be making this much more aggressive down that hillside. You see SONIQS going ahead, trying to make sure that they secure up. There's no push that's going to be coming through from that angle onto it, but it's going to be Hamas as well as Tycon just regrouping, and now as we've moved into circle number 8, it's going to be Cerberus that has dot control.
Yeah, and Tingleton has to be huge here. He has to try to defend so that Mime has the time to res win, because in a 3-on-2, especially with the equipment that SONIQS has, this is in their advantage. But look at the way that Cerberus is slowly taking control of the center circle. And I say slowly, but they pretty much rush to this position, Matt.
Yeah, just running right down into their faces, hoping the fact it's going to be unexpected, but Tycon is going to go down. And now it is all down to a solo and a Moss. Talking about the fact that, okay, this might be the best player in the world right now. Can we see him make a miracle happen? Goes for the shots out, manages to hit into one of them. Can he get the other two? The line is going to be coming. SONIQS trying to make sure that they're playing this slower, change the pace. Hamas says, no, I don't even want the dot anymore. I want you dead. Mime reads it, goes for the peek over. Hamas gets another one, tries to move away, but he's going to go down. It is going to be the SONIQS that pick it up.